Wow, wow, that's definitely amazing. It sounds like a very, very powerful book, you know.
Ye-
So I'm sure the
Yeah,
women will definitely relate to some of the things that you were saying. Like you say, you educate a woman, you educate a village, a family. So it's very
yeah,
important.
yeah. No, thank you, Tayo. And the other thing is honestly, I use an African proverb called, I said, when an elder dies, a library is burned, right? And the idea is honestly, Tayo, I am in a way the last nomad of for my family, because it's not like my Californian children who, my son, I said, talking about his favorite Nigerian YouTuber and all that. It's gonna go back into the desert, right? To him, this is his world. So for me, I am the portal of that world. And I feel like they said, when an elder dies, a library is burned. And though I'm not an elder, I feel like I did not want all of these wisdoms that I carried from the desert to die with me. Anything can happen. The other day, I almost had the worst accident coming from a patient, and I was coming from down from San Francisco, and it was really like, imagine it was pitch black and we're like driving in the highway, and the car in front of me just started swerving left and right. And then when he refilled the car in front of him, all the rear end is gone, and the car is like a brick wall in the middle of the highway. This car, no one can see him, is just standing there, and I have few seconds just to skip from it. And by the grace of God, I just made it, wallahi, but it was close call. So, I feel today, if something happened to me, like my people say, "Wari meisi the warakaharu." You mean you're not going to live forever, so you may as well you leave your words behind. I feel like at least I left my book, my wisdom, everything behind for my people, for everybody to see. And you know what, really, in here I'm reaching, all of these people are reading. There are a lot of high schoolers that are picking up, but the one I'm really interested to pick it up, I don't know why I feel this need, is high school in Auckland. This youngsters, black children should really read this story. Is something they can relate to me as a black woman, but at the same time, wouldn't you want to hear about, as a young African American, both men and women living, what it's like home in Africa, right? And it really connects you, and it's, I know, good book about survival or about anything revives me and encourages me and gives me optimism, fills me up with optimism. And I'm really willing to join this high school that are gonna do start reading these books. I know two or three high school that are now added my book, The Last Nomad, as their curriculum. But I'm really hopeful that more of the inner cities, places where people are feeling really so, oh, what is there out there, right? And looking something to uplift them. I really wanna them to read, so I am actually finding a way to connect it, a young Auckland high school. I'm really hoping that I will get it into the curriculum.
Wow, okay, that sounds amazing. I mean,
Yeah,
African Americans and Africans, they have a lot in common, you know, but
absolutely.
unfortunately, we don't know that we're not connected to our history. I have been to maybe 15, 20 African countries, so I've been able to live and
Oh my,
visit,
that
see
is
the
what I
beautiful
tell
things.
Taye, everybody who is an African American: travel, travel, travel. Until you travel, you haven't seen nothing, right? Like there is some energy you drew from traveling and seeing what really motherland looks like, And I'm glad uh, you traveled. What was your favorite Taye country that you visited, or even cities in Africa?
Oh, wow, it's hard
And
to
what
choose.
inspired you, Taye, to even travel? Like that is so inspiring.
Right, right. It's hard to choose because Africa is so diverse. In America, we look at Africa as one place in general. We think it's all the same.
No,
But
it's
East
not.
Africa and West Africa and South Africa, they totally different. But
Yeah,
they're equally beautiful. You know, it's a lot
yes,
of amazing people, a lot of different ethnic groups,
yeah,
animals, beaches, you know,
yeah,
historic.
Yeah.
monuments. It's
Oh
hard
my
to say.
God. I really want to see one of the places I really want to go is like you. I love traveling Senegal. Senegal is my list, and I don't know the emotion is that is gonna overtake me because I heard like New York. You know how that monument. What is it called? Tell me the lady. The monument in New York. What is it called, Taye? The huge monument, the lady who's holding the fire. I don't know why
A
it's.
Statue of Liberty.
Yeah, thank you. I don't know what I'm having a memory clinch today. Yeah, Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty, or the biggest statue that greets you when you land in Senegal, is a mother, African mom, African father, and their baby holding their baby. And to me, when the first time I saw that, I was so touched, and I said, "That is a place to go and visit." So it's in my list.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's in Dakar. That's in Senegal. You talking about the African Renaissance Monument? Yeah, it's a real
Yes,
big statue. It's
yes,
beautiful.
yes, yes.
Mm.
I haven't, I mean, I don't know. I have a feeling I'm gonna end up crying. It's just beautiful. Imagine if that is the image you were seeing when you arrived. That is why representation is so important and kind of a reflection of how you look like. For me, as someone who's also interested in social justice, uplifting people, my next book, it's called Fatima, and it's taking place in Auckland, but this is Fatuma is a woman who's been through hell and back, and she enters the through the border of Mexico. A lot of people don't know. A lot of Africans are coming through there, but it's also a story about life, about love, about just um, diversity of our troubles. Things that keeps. Makes us all human, refugees and immigrations and food, love, belonging, all survival. I'm very interested in making that story come to life. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, that sounds amazing as well. You mentioned Oakland a couple times. Are you living in the Bay Area?
Yeah, I live in Santa Rosa, so I live the north of Auckland, and I go there quite a bit to Auckland, and every time I go there, I see, Auckland is a big city. You see the spectrum of rich and poor, right? And often I see people who live in, I don't notice the rich, right? But I do notice the people who are living under a bridge with their tent, and they have meager things. They, like nothing at all. And survival is at the survival of the fittest. And I find myself thinking, you know I don't know, in a way that tend to trigger some memory of my desert time. At the same time, for me to see somebody living in a hut and in a desert and being so free and being so one with nature, there was a freedom to it. This looked like a falling. You fall from the society, and then here is where you are. And there is sense of foreboding, sadness, seeing them, that I really feel like that is our shame, all of us. We did something wrong for another human being to live under a bridge and to be suffering.